Open that up. Get this going. Yeah. Late ill kid at OneYoungsta holding it down. Read that Street Geek and Nerd Soul. What is up, my people? Today, all year. Coming with another wonderful episode of That's Right. You best believe it. On screen, I got my man Clement Bryant. Say what's up.
What's good?
Yo, man, y'all know him. Y'all know how he get down. You know what I'm saying? WWE World Wrestling Federation
I
champion.
thought we were gonna stop it. I thought we
Y'all
were
know
gonna.
how he do. You know what I'm saying?
I got red eyes right now. My allergies are just going, just flaring up. I thought we were gonna stop that for today.
And then on the line, on the phone lines, we got the one and only Keith from Blurtish.
Man, look, I'm just so honored just to be in the room in the presence of a great man like Clement Bryant. I mean, when he was the WWE champion, I was like Dusty Rhodes coming up in hard times, just hoping and begging I could get a piece to be a champion like him.
You do my rock impression. Like you better not. I can't. I'm too old. As Danny Glover said in Lethal Weapon,
too old
I'm
for
too
this.
old for stuff.
All right, so peep this. All right, I'm gonna let you know what, Clement. This is the new episode of Black Lightning, y'all. We gonna review it, run it down.
Right.
I'm gonna let Clement start it off because.
Well, why am I started off? What? Maybe you should start off based off your reaction. What's your reaction?
Yo, man, I'm done with this show.
Whoa. That's extreme.
I'm ready for it to be over. I'm gonna be honest. I'm ready for it to be over.
What's wrong?
I feel like they completed the jump. Like they started the jump of the shark,
Man.
and now they've completed the landing.
Did they land though? I think they still going up.
Oh, they like you wait until next episode, bruh.
Hey, they about to double shark this thing and then jump over a tank of water and through a flaming ring. If this is what it feels like,
I'm trying to be positive about this show.
I guess
because I want this show to finish strong, but
I guess since you started off with some fire, I guess we should probably start with that. Like, and I think it's fine because the episode started with it, but it's kind of like last week, Keith, I was talking about like I wanted to see like where they were going to go with the story before I had a reaction to it. You know what I mean? Because I wanted to see like what the storyline, how it continues from like the last episode to this episode, right? So now that that's happened, I'm kind of like, okay. So that happened. They recast the gen. Officially, it's on the books. That is what it is. I was just like, I didn't want to react out of pocket. You know what I mean? So now that we've seen that, I'm kind of like, I think the chemistry is there between the rest of the cast, but the chemistry is definitely off between the new actress and Cress, who plays Black Lightning.
Yeah.
So... And I think my vibe of it is I'm not completely mad at it, but it's also kind of like, what were they going to do? And like, I guess the question is to ask, would it have been better just to straight up kill Jen off and have them do that? And not that I'm saying I'm a proponent for it. I'm just like putting the question out there, because that's what that came up. But also, I think it's a good opportunity for this young actress to show what she can do.
You know what? That's a positive. That's a very, very positive take on it. Like, it's nothing against the actress. In fact, just watching it, I think she did a good job. But I'm kind of Mike has got me kind of leaning his way heavily because it throws me off. But like the actress, I feel like if she would have, you know what? I feel like if she was there from the beginning, maybe we would have got the vibes. But it's like, China was such a strong character in this show. So many episodes are dedicated to her, which is cool because she's, the youngest of Jeff's daughters.
So much of like every season is dedicated to getting her out of the trouble that we told her not to get in the first place.
Right.
And she's the most powerful one.
So
in theory, and now it's just like
I feel bad because it's not like the actress did anything to us. The new young lady, she didn't do anything to me. It's just the fact that like the way it's handled, and then
they
had to do the Breonna Taylor stuff, and I was just like,
I mean, I felt if we're talking about Breonna Taylor, I kind of felt it going that way a little bit when they said no knock warrant.
Yeah, when they said that, I was just like, don't do this. Don't, because y'all already messed up the George Floyd thing. Don't do this. And they did it. And then to make matters worse, they kind of conflated the uprising and the rebellion that went on with her death, which isn't how last year played out. And you know what I'm saying? No diss to Breonna Taylor. This is not a diss to her. I'm not playing the scales of, whose death was more important. I was just saying that's not what kicked everything off. You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, due to their corruption, we didn't even find out about Breonna Taylor until what? She had been dead like for what, 2 months? Before we even found out about her.
It was a bit.
Yeah, so she had been dead for like a month or so before we even found, due to Daniel Cameron and all those people and the corruption in that city. So, well, city and state. So they kind of conflate that with George Floyd's death and try to make, and I'm just like, bruh, look, for a show that has been so on point for the first 3 seasons, like, what are y'all doing right now? Like, what are y'all doing?
I feel the
CW trying to make me not like this show.
Like, Clement, can I say, is the CW cheese, is that a real, would you say that's a real thing?
Wait, I misunderstood. You said, is the CW cheese?
Yeah, it's getting past this expiration point. Like, it just,
I mean, I don't know if it's CW as much as it's like the whole Arrowverse of it all, right? And I think it's like, and I've had these conversations with multiple people, like on DC TV podcast, on the Black Lightning podcast, and just within my just friends and family who are just like not in it like we are, just like the show. And I think it's like the Arrowverse isn't as strong as it once was, because now it's like now it's going on. Like Superman and Lois is pretty good. I like Superman and Lois because I think it hits a different tone than what I've been looking for with Superman, but that's a whole different thing. But I think it's like, I think the Arrowverse is now post-crisis. They're still trying to figure out what direction they go in now. And with Black Lightning being a part of that, I think that plays into the larger narrative of what the Arrowverse is. Even though that Black Lightning's always been its own thing, post-crisis, it's always now it's in with the Arrowverse. Now that you have, Black Lightning talking about, I got a friend in Central City, or being like, oh yeah, I have a friend here. Oh yeah, my friend did this. Oh yeah, my friend did that. Oh yeah, I fought with Superman. It's kind of like, I think that's a big part of it here, right? So
yeah,
I think
that's go ahead.
And I'm nowhere near as in depth as you with this as all. I just feel like I wish Black Lightning would have stayed in its own universe. And I feel like that's where it started to go weird for me. Like, I couldn't get into the last crossover. I didn't feel like
last crossover was Widak.
I just didn't feel like the need to go back and watch it after kind of really reading on it, seeing the the dude with the terrible, braids or something to be an example, whatever that was going on. And it's just, I don't know, man. Like I was like, at first, remember, Mike, when you said, like, when you posed the question, 4 seasons, I think this is enough. And I was like, oh man, we can't get that 5th season. Like, like a good show.
Yeah.
Traditionally used to always have that 5th season.
Now I'm like, should just stopped after 3.
And 3 could have, honestly, I also think there's a bigger thing going on here that not many people talk about. The fact is, now they're having to rush to wrap up 4 seasons and 13 episodes.
Oh, it feels
and that's the key. And that's the key. It's like, if this was, say, if they entered into season 4, like most television shows enter in, like, okay, this is season 4, and then it gets canceled halfway through, those storylines we have been dealing with like loose plot threads at the end of the season. But now that they came into it, I think they're trying to like rush it. It's kind of the same thing. I know this isn't a TV show, but it's kind of the same thing of what happened with, you know, Dark Knight Rises after Heath was killed. You know what I mean? Because like, while it was a good movie, it didn't land on all fours by the end of that movie, and also wrapping up that whole franchise. So I think this is also indicative of like a larger problem with this show, just specifically with season
Dark
1.
Knight Rises comes through with like a 4th act, and it's
Right.
like, hold up, what? Oh, we're still here. Oh, okay.
Right. And so they're trying to figure out. They're balancing not only having their star leave the show and have like a quote unquote, I don't want to call it a breakdown, but go on social and talk about all this on social after the show is canceled. So they're dealing with that.
Yeah.
They're dealing with COVID. They're dealing with the show is canceled, and they're having to deal with wrapping up all of these plot lines. Like, and I'm not trying to give them a pass, but it's also kind of like, I like to look back and be like, okay, what are they dealing with, and why is the show why is it being presented to us like this at this time?
So I got a question.
Go ahead.
So we're 6 episodes in. How many episodes supposed to be in this last season? That's
13.
I think it's 13. I haven't seen a confirmed number, but I think 1 to 3 was 13. So I would assume that this is going to be 13 too.
See, I was cool with how the season started off with them doing the therapy thing or whatever. That because I like the message and all of that. I like the strength. Like, I get it. You know,
yeah.
Jeff was going through stuff, but to take 6 episodes for him to put the suit back on, and wasn't even like it was like a big return for him mentally. He just like, all right, I'm back. It was like so downplayed.
Also, how he turned away from his daughter, bruh. Like that's another betrayal of the character where it's like, I ain't trying to hear it.
I'll be honest, and I get it. We know like she doesn't look the same and all this,
but there's no way a father is gonna do that to his daughter. Like, especially you see your other daughter and your I guess play wife. They just playing house. You know what I'm saying? Over there hugging, and he gonna be like, I'm turning away. Like, man, man.
After you went up there and almost killed yourself to get her, you brought her down here. You brought the particle down, Jeff.
So anyway, all right. Oh, go ahead.
No, I took a different way. I think that was him personifying his failure that he failed as a father.
I agree, but
okay. I get
that.
I agree that a father wouldn't turn away, but like for Jeff is always this kind of guy that like doesn't really handle his emotions well, which has been the whole thing for all 4 seasons. When he gets pissed, just goes. When he's emotional, just goes. So I think like that's what was going on there, but I agree with you on that. You know what I mean?
My problem with this is because Jeff is a smart man. His wife is, or his play wife, or as Tobias say, his baby mama. They're pretty intelligent and Thunder, you know, when she's not, you know, being hard headed. But they always been presented to be highly intelligent, highly functional. And you got Gammy there. You got, you know, Tesla Jr. there. So this man, I guess in my opinion, if he can like feel like her energy, like their energy, they're like he absorbed, like that's his daughter. Like I feel like he would have been able to go over there and hug her, and I hated that. And I hated
that. I feel like they stole that moment from the character, and I think that was a moment for the family to actually become one, and they stole that moment from him.
And I feel like they dragged it, like it's weird. It's dragged out and it's shortened at the same time. Like, I don't know how they make me feel that way. Like, it made me want to, I kind of skipped through some of the sappy talks. I was like, all right, this episode is getting on into because I know they had to do this, but it's like, I didn't like how they looked at the character like it was a horror film. It's like, all right, y'all, like, on the real, I get where we're going, but yes, we also have a lady that has more melanin, and we're screaming at how she's like, oh, I was like, okay,
it was like she saw it.
horror
Yeah,
film.
because it was kind of a thing where it's like, I'm dark skinned. Oh my God. Like it was
I
like
hated that.
it was
I
kind of
hated,
weird the way they kind of played that because it can be seen like that.
and I
Also,
know y'all.
we
I used to,
we now know Grace's purpose. Grace's purpose was to be here when Jen was different. Because Grace has done nothing else. Grace is
she has
because because you
she
have
lived
not
this moment
because you don't have anything to write her with. You're not
because
writing her. She's just there.
she's a shapeshifter. She could tell
She can. I can tell.
in the
So I
force.
check. Peep this. Jenna James says the thing is, Superman and Lois and Stargirl have good writing. The other shows are meh. Vulcan says the Arrowverse is almost dead, in my opinion.
It is dead.
And Jenna James says, I kind of wish Black Lightning was on HBO Max, like the new upcoming DC
Yes.
series.
Shout out to Jenna James. I agree. If they could give this a redo, or I know I'm wishing and hoping, and I know HBO Max ain't gonna do it because AT&T is tight. They already got their but they trying to cut costs.
They got rid of
Y'all
Crunchyroll,
they always
boy.
go back to that stock price. They are trying to cut debt. So until there's a mention of it, I can only hope and wish, Jenna. I hope so that they do this in a year or two with some of the same cast, because I got some suggestions.
Word.
I would do something.
And the original Black Nerd says she looks like Jennifer in the comics, and that's cool. I get that, but since this is the show and it's an adaptation, it doesn't have to be exactly like that. And if you're gonna make her look like she does in the comics, that's cool. But the way they did Jennifer in this season, it's just been whack. Like the only person that's been served well in this show this season is Tobias. Tobias come out look like a boss.
Tobias is bringing it each episode. It makes as much as you want to. You see
I honestly
him
hope he win, man. I don't even care about the show no more. Between George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, the whack character change, and then like TC on some, because TC, I was like, yo, hold up, are we feeling a vibe right now? Of course, it's the CW. But then nothing happened. And then homie came in, he was like, yo, you can't stay at home because Jennifer, she go out there and do whatever she want. Then when Jennifer goes out and does whatever she want, he like, what you doing? It's like, I'm like, my dude, who wrote this?
I did not like, because it's like, didn't her matter just become whole? Like she should be under some type of observatory. She should be on like a bed rest, and they should be checking her out. They're like, no, go fight crime. You just came back from outer space and space dust. So you're good. Like, what? I was like, come on, y'all. Can y'all, like, how y'all drag it on and speed it up at the same episode?
Man.
All these people who are looking for lightning, now it's like, I'm lightning. Like, no, you're not.
It's like, I mean, she is, but I mean, other people don't know that. You know what I'm saying?
You know what?
And you know what? Nobody's gonna care next episode either. They're gonna be like, "Oh, yeah, that's lightning." She's always
and the stupid way like Lynn handled Jen when when Tobias's girl came in, the fake cyanide. She was like, "This is JJ. This is my niece. I'm her aunt because that's my niece." I'm like, this isn't. You can't have competent writing for 3 seasons where Lynn, even though she was a crackhead, at least she didn't do dumb stuff like I'm her auntie, and that because she's my niece, and nieces are aunt, and JJ and
excuse me, sir. She was a green light. She was a green light user. Okay, let's get it.
Excuse me, a green light user, a victim of green light usage. Oh man, Vulcan says I saw the trailer for the next episode, and I feel like they're just going to focus on Painkiller, the Painkiller spinoff going forward. And if they do, fine. If they do, I don't care.
It'll take me a while to get into Painkiller. Like after if they don't stick this, I'm not confident the landing sticking. Yeah. I'm not looking. I was looking forward to Painkiller, baby. Nah, I don't care. I really don't. And I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna try it.
I was so hyped for this season. I was like, they're going in with a bang. They're going to kill it. And now I'm sitting here like, man, I don't even want to watch this show. Like last night, I was like, I don't even want to watch this for real. But I've been here this long. Let me go and finish it.
7 episodes left. Like real talk, how how confident are you all in these? So let's just scratch out the next episode since it's a backdoor pilot. If that's the case,
Yeah.
so we got
What?
6
6
episodes left
to close it.
Uh,
You can close this in 6 episodes. That's 6 hours. Well, no, excuse me, not technically 6 hours in television, but so you got 4.5 hours of maybe 5 hours of television, something like that. So in 4.5 to 5 hours, I think they can close up this story, but they have to be very intent on the stories they're telling. We can't waste
They
no
can't-
time with
No
Grace, and we going to try on clothes for the honeymoon.
all right.
We can't
Now
waste no
we'll
time
say
with
this,
that.
though.
We
Now, can I
can't-
just say this? Can I say this?
Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna keep.
I know,
all right.
I know where you're going. Go ahead.
First of all, shout out to Thunder giving some love to New Orleans, and just shout out to Thunder. Good goddamn. That's all I gotta say about that. But hey,
NERDSoul, the office of NERDSoul has no comment.
that's all on Blurtish, baby. That's all in my opinion. But still, and all of a sudden, why she still can't tell her parents she got married?
I'm
This
thinking they
woman,
told.
like-
I forgot all about. I'm like, oh snap, you ain't told. I'm like, ain't you
What?
grown? Got
What
your
they-
own house? Like, you still
She's
scared of your
grown.
parents?
She
Like,
fight crime. She steals money from Russian drug dealers
yes.
and from random drug dealers. She didn't maybe kill some people.
Oh, she definitely killed some people.
First of all, she's dating a shape-shifting tiger lady or whatever, and we got married. I can't tell my family what. I'm like, come on, y'all. Like,
and then the whole, I was just like, you can end this story where Jeff gets his closure with Tobias, where Tobias is brought down, where Lynn and Jeff reconcile, where Anissa and Jen kind of like realize themselves on their journey into further adulthood, where they all become a family, where Gamby finds his future and where he wants to go, whether he wants to stay or go, kind of like, hey, y'all are good now, y'all don't need me no more kind of thing. You can do that. But all of this extra stuff, like, oh, let's make sure we put in no-knock warrants. No, don't do it. All this stuff like, let me try on clothes for you. No. We ain't got time for that.
Only 5 minutes of no-knock, like 5 minutes. Like I can't even say I'm trying to keep it PG, but it's just like, it was just lazy. It was like, okay, wow, y'all gonna touch on that. And I got to mention Lala, man. Is this the end of Lala? Is this the end of Lala? If this is the end of Lala, that was super. It was dope how the ninja, whatever his name is, killed him. I mean,
Ishmael.
Oh yeah, Ishmael.
Ishmael was cool. My thing is, you should have had Ishmael in the beginning.
Thank you.
He should have been there by season. He should have showed up as a guest appearance on season 4 to let you know he's coming. He just like, all right, random dude, but all right, he cold. So all right, I'll give you that. But
what happened to
him swing with a pipe?
Unless they introduced him this late to make sure like he has a storyline going forward to set up.
Into Painkiller or something.
Yeah, he's gonna check. Maybe he's gonna be Painkiller's main villain or something, which would work.
Either it's like he's Painkiller's main villain, or they're setting up. They're doing it now to set him up for the finale. We're episode like 6, right? So we have a few more episodes for him to like have a bigger storyline, because also they've done this before with we informally called him Black Nightcrawler a couple seasons ago, where they introduced him super early on, and you didn't hear from that cat for like a long time.
Then homie came back.
And he came back out of nowhere, and it's just like, okay, he's back. So maybe they're learning from mistakes, and it's like, okay, we're gonna introduce him here in season 4, episode 6. He's gonna be the assassin for the rest of the season to kill the rest of the Pierce crew.
Honestly,
that's one way.
After meeting Ishmael, I wish they could do. I wish they could hit the animation button, turn this into like a DC animated show, and then drop all the other stuff, and then just animate this and let them do the voices. Like, I don't care about this as a live action to the point, besides Tobias acting a pure fool out here. And it was so obvious he was going to
chocolate covered Incredibles, bro. That'll never I'll never be the same, yo.
You know what? In fact, make this an HBO animated show and go make it R-rated. Focus on more of just black light doing stuff. If this was to like don't end live action and it became a different season than that, I would be okay with that. So that way you can give us a really gruesome death of Tobias because he got to go eventually. Yeah, I would hope so. You got to kill him.
The way they did Lala, which was kind of like a punk route, I'm worried about how they about to do Tobias, man. I feel like what we think is going to be climactic is not going to be. I
feel like he's just going to carted off to jail and he's going to lose his powers. Yeah. Somehow they're going to make, you know what? Let's predict. I'm going to guess. Jade is going to come up with some de-aging. Well, excuse me, Lynn is going to come up with some de-aging thing and slip him something after she tried to seduce him. And then he going to get old and weak and then Jeff going to light him up as his powers fade up. He going to have a George Jefferson. And then they going to court him. They're going to cart him off to jail after the whole city finally realizes this is the devil.
Yeah, I'm like, there's no. Well, hold up. All right, so in a way, you're kind of like, how would somebody ever vote for Lex Luthor or vote for Tobias? But then, well,
we didn't have to play out. It's like, well, if you're in the know, well, Tobias fell. The next mayor of Freeland. That's great.
Yeah, I'm like, what? I'm like, look, we got to kill the mayor.
But we talked about that last week, Mike. Like, he's probably going to be the mayor. He's probably going to run.
He's going to be the mayor next episode. Watch how fast that goes. He's going to be the
that special election going to happen so fast. He'll be like, I'm the mayor now, and I'm running the city.
He's going to clean up the streets. The dude who wasn't there during the insurrection. We already had an insurrection before. They had the insurrection before we had our own insurrection. And he's just gonna clean up the streets now, and he's just throwing money around. So see, folks, money can solve problems.
If they can make him look the way homie looked when he was in what was he under Bill Duke? Yo, my boy needed help.
Bill Duke.
My boy was old and crusty.
Bill Duke carried the show more than we know, man. Like season 3 was so good. When Bill Duke came up,
Bill held it down. Bill held it down. He did.
Now we can't tell the parents who just screw up all the time that they're married. Like we got to that point. Like we can't do that. What are we doing? We're doing season 1 preteen garbage stuff now. Like what are we doing here? We're fooling around.
I guess with that said, we kind of covered what this episode's about. I mean, you got Gamby and his girl, but I mean,
we gotta talk about that.
I kind of care about it. I mean, Shorty's throwing them rhythm, son. Shorty's throwing them vibes. Shorty's throwing them. You saw how she tried to bend over when she bent over at the door. I was like, oh shit. I was like, Gamby doing his thing.
I missed that, but
it's not endorsed by NERDSoul. Look, I'm happy for Gamby, bro. Gamby done died already. He had to fake a death.
Yeah, he had to fake his death, so it's good.
Let Gamby get all he can. Let Gamby enjoy his life.
Yeah, because he should be dead.
You know what? She's a cougar. She ain't bad. For that.
And it's a nice match.
It do fit. I would watch a show with just Gamby and her. Like I would be
he do feel bad that he's like doing her wrong. So Clement, where you at on Gamby? How you feeling, man? How you feeling?
Yo, okay. Here's how I feel about Gamby. Gamby is obviously setting this woman up because he gave her the Chinese checkerboard joint, and you start to see like the eyeballs. But it's also kind of like Gamby's trying to have his cake and eat it too a little bit.
Yeah, of course. And that's why I love it.
But it's kind of like I never saw Gamby as a ladies' man, so seeing it play out the way it is, it's kind of like, wait, what? This guy is the ladies' man. This guy has lines. He has lines.
They call that dude. He's the tailor. Remember?
Yo, you know what he's doing?
I mean, he's a tailor, but damn, like the man is a tailor. He knows science. He has all these weapons. He used to be part of the NSA. Oh wait, and put it on his resume. ... Ladies man. Like
because she was feeling all bad. He was like, nah, boo. You know what I'm saying? You did all this on your own. He said, matter of fact, I remember this game that we played. That's where you
Yeah.
beat me, and that's when I knew you were the perfect type of woman. And she was like, most men are mad when a woman beats them. He like, girl, I cherish that. She, all right, he ain't said, I'm adding,
Like,
I'm just saying.
that was it. And then Gammy was just like, and this is not like a male POV. It's just like for me to see Gammy get like, okay, for, like on one level, Uncle Gammy, I'm happy for Uncle Gammy, but it's also kind of like
Yeah.
I'm setting myself up for that a bit of a heartbreak when she finds out that he's been playing with her the whole time.
Yeah.
I got a question.
That's not going to end well.
It's not.
Who do you think kills who? Do you think she kills him, or do you think Gammy kills her in the end?
Let's be honest. This is Gamby. Gamby is just like.
Yeah, I think
Gamby is the guy,
either that or something where it's like, Gamby, you killed younglings. I saw that. Is it true?
No, she ain't gonna be like that.
Either you're with me or you're against me.
They gonna go.
You might even pull one of the PEG guns on him.
They gonna pull a Mr. and Mrs. Smith geriatric version.
You know what? It might be a situation where she finds out he been playing her, but he'd be like, girl, look, I had to. You know what I'm saying? Cause I got a family to protect. She'd be like, you got a family? He'd be like, nah, well, I mean, yeah, but it's not my own family, but I love you too, girl. And then somebody come in, they're gonna try to kill her, and he gonna jump in the way and take a bullet, but they ain't gonna kill him. They're gonna just hit him a little bit. And then they gonna like slide off together. You know what I'm saying?
The CWA. And do you know what they gonna do? They gonna pop up in Painkiller and they gonna help Painkiller out.
Yep, you know what I'm saying? They gonna be Painkiller's peoples.
Gamby rides again.
But like James Remar is a dope actor. Like,
yeah,
the dude is dope. Like Dexter Days, going back, the Coda Harry, whatever. I've been James stand for a big part of my life. So it's like to see all this now, I'm like, wait, what? And like it threw me through a loop. But it's also kind of like I can see Gamby not dying. Gamby is like that ant that you step on that doesn't die. Right? What I mean? You know what I mean?
Already died once and resurfaced.
Right. So it's like, we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
And Vulcan says, I think someone finds out who works for her and tells her. Zeus Bilou says, and really he's getting shown off. And now they put him in submit, talking about Lala, saying they make him look so incompetent and it's so annoying. Why can't they have him kill Destiny and Lady Eve's cartel and then come after Tobias, for God's sake? They set up that the only way he can die is if he kills Tobias. What I want to see is Lala get broken out by his man who got arrested, who has meta powers, then take out Ishmael before he kills Black Lightning, and then kill Destiny, then make a plan with Jefferson to take out Tobias and execute the plan, but have him die with Jefferson in the process.
We would need a whole nother season for that.
Yeah.
The way they going.
Either that or they would have to shut down everything, and that would have to be the rest of the season. Like, we would have to open up with Lala getting broken out in the next episode, which I don't know if we're going to see.
To be honest, do you think they even bringing back the big dude? Because the way they handled him, I think they done killed his gang up. He done shot some of her gang out the blue, and he just standing there like, okay, you can't die. What is your plan, Lala? What is your plan? A pipe, and you just swinging it and stumbling, and Ishmael just handing you like, is this how this character go out? Who was so integral to seasons 1, 2, and 3? Like, he was the second-hand man in season 1. Like, golly, like, he's so it's sad. It's sad.
Yeah, this show is weird, man. I remember at first when they were like, hey, it's not going to be connected to Arrowverse. And I was like, hey, I wonder if that's going to be like a problem for the story. Are they trying to shortchange Black Lightning? And then when I saw the show, I was like, you know what? Nope, leave it how it is. We don't need no Arrowverse. I like it. Nope. We on our own. Leave it alone. And then they brought it in anyway because the show had the juice. And I was like, nah, y'all about to mess things up.
My thing is this. They went to the Arrowverse, and they were supposed to be sitting around the table What did that get Black Lightning? What help did he get in his tower? They
Thank
don't
you.
help nothing. They
Wait,
they
I
ain't
have
help
a
this man's
fast
image.
friend.
They don't help his family out. I mean, I know it's. I mean, I'm not shocked because that's real life, you know. But you know, it's just
Yeah.
funny how what did he get out of joining the Justice Society of America?
Man, he ain't getting
Nothing.
nothing.
Right. That's the question. So, I mean, look,
So-
we just got to like. I just want to see how the rest of the story is gonna play out because, like you guys, I have questions. I'm
Yeah,
not
it's like
I have questions, and I'm not angry because I got a lot of other stuff to be mad about. But it's kind of like
I guess I'm just
like-
disappointed because it's like the show has been so
Yeah.
good. It's like you know, it's just that slow head shake.
And I
You know
don't
what I'm
feel
saying?
like nothing of Black. I feel like this is it for Black Lightning in media. Like I don't feel like we're ever getting another Black Lightning show. I don't feel like we're getting. Other
It'll
than
probably
him
be a
show-
while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We'll
unless
probably
he
see Black Lightning on the next season of Young Justice or whatever that is.
That's the, and I
Maybe.
feel like that's the only way we're going to get him, which he's actually very well written on Young Justice. I think
yeah.
somewhat.
He was all up on Shorty Doo-Wop though, and I was like,
But his
son,
powers don't.
she's
but
a
we-
bad guy. It's very obvious she's a bad guy.
But his powers are cold. But he was like, you ain't had enough black. You ain't no Black Lightning before. You can't even touch him.
about to get the
you gotta be-
realness.
Like you got to be Superman level to touch him, but get close. Like
Yeah.
okay, they did show that,
Yeah. So
and he told Batman off too.
Jenna James said a couple of things. Facts Law had the potential to be the show's version of Cottonmouth, SMFH. At least very not, if not Cottonmouth. I want a lot to be Bushmaster at least, which is very interesting when you talk about the comparison between, you know, Black Lightning and Luke Cage, right?
mm-hmm.
Two very different shows, two different tone. But like that's a really good statement that kind of makes me think it's like, I think
You need that villain. You need that villain that's like the mid-tier villain that's still like a real threat.
you're right.
Because like honestly, nobody cares about Destiny. I'm not interested in her. Lady Eve has not been in this show, and I doubt we're gonna see Jill Scott at all. I mean, we might, but I doubt it. And here's my thing. Here's my thing about not having Jill Scott come in. Stop. Why even write a story around Destiny? Like, oh, I got Lady Eve on the phone. Just wait, she coming. Is like, oh, is she coming? Because I don't see her. I don't see her in the credits or nothing. All right, so maybe it's a secret cast and is like.
Oh, you know what's gonna happen?
Super silent.
Or Tobias is gonna pay off. Gonna say, Ishmael, let me throw you a couple of extra racks. Kill Destiny. She's a scrub. I'm the mayor.
She's a scrub.
She's a scrub.
She's a scrub. I'm the mayor.
I'm the real villain here.
Like think about this. Remember when Painkiller tried to take down Tobias?
Yeah.
Like remember that?
Yeah.
Like that was dope. That was top quality Black Lightning right there.
That was like Max, the best thing you could get on CW, and now we're getting that standard CW wishy-washy stuff in the fourth season.
And then you got shows like Kung Fu with a trailer where girl is doing mad slow moves. I'm like, CW bugging right now.
I can't wait. Like I'm happy that the Arrowverse is dying. I'm not even gonna watch Superman. I mean, Superman is not one of my favorite heroes. You know,
I haven't watched a stitch of that, and I'm cool.
I ain't watched none of Supergirl. I had no interest in that show.
The first season actually had promise, and then I don't know what they did in the second season. It was you know what Supergirl should be about? What? It should be about her sister's relationships.
Well, we know what happened. We know what happened between season 1 and season 2 Supergirl. What happened?
It went to
Supergirl
CW.
was on CBS, and then it moved to CW.
Yeah,
and then Stargirl started on DC Universe. Now it's on CW. So it's kind of like, I hope in, talking about Stargirl, they just dropped the image of what is it? It's not Eclipso. It's of the villain for season 2. First image for season 2 today. But like that move to CW changes what the show is about. So it's like
okay.
And that's kind of like, and I'll say like Superman and Lois, I had the same thoughts you guys did until I got bored one night, and I was just kind of like, just give this a spin. And I'm like, it's better than I thought it was gonna be. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
Zeus-
It's still like
Zeus just came
CW of it
through.
all, but like it's
It's
like
just, you know what's wild though? I remember when Black Lightning dropped, people were having live tweet parties and discussions each episode through
Yep.
season 1. And it feel like it never got that back. Like most people generally don't seem to give a damn about it out, like unless you're like us reviewing it or talking about it. But none of my friends who are casual into like nerd stuff or whatever, or super shows, they generally have stopped after season 1 or 2. There's like, I just never picked it up for some reason. There's like, I just never went back to it. And they just like, whatever.
I
This
mean,
is
Like
like-
it has lost
it is
something. The cultural
What happened in
zeitgeist
this
ain't
show-
there no more.
What happened in this show is like what happened to, well, maybe not. You know what? I was about to say what happened in this show is like what happened to like Sleepy Hollow, but I don't think it's that bad. Well, no, maybe it is that bad. Sleepy Hollow
was a different situation.
It was a
Sleepy Hollow
different situation. Yeah, but it still got bad. It got.
By the way, what is Nicole Bahari doing? Because man, first of all,
you see
love
her every
Nicole
now and then, but
she
they
just
mess with, man. I would never. It was hard for me to pick up a Fox show. Like I actually got into it. I was like, you know, this look crazy. You got Orlando Jones. You got this beautiful black woman as the star, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Yo, okay, I'm gonna be honest.
We're getting off topic, but keep going.
I'm gonna be honest. I'll circle back to Black Lightning after this. The reason I got into Sleepy Hollow is this is back when the new version of the Arsenio Hall show was on, and he had Nikki Bahari as a guest. And when she walked on stage, I was like, "Hold up, what show she on?" I was like, "Hold up, my dude, what show she on?" I was like, "Fox, gotcha." I was like,
look, Mike,
that's it.
Mike, what would I say earlier in the tweets? Like, I remember I was listening to one of my friends' podcasts ago when they announced WandaVision, and everybody gave out a collective groan, like, but then it was like, we read the cast list. All right, wait a minute. Oh, Monica Rambeau. Oh, this is who playing her? Okay, I'm at least going to look. All right, like I'm at least.
There was like, who playing her? And we were like, there was a collective like, okay.
I'm gonna give it a chance.
Okay. Understood.
You know what? What's interesting was that I didn't want to say this until I was sure, but like ZSB Lou says in the chat, I want Nicole to be Storm. Last time I saw her was on Black Mirror playing Mackie's wife when he was playing the playing Bussy virtual games with Dr. Manhattan and MLAO.
Yo,
you would actually be straight as Storm. I'm not mad at that.
No, he didn't say playing Bussy virtual games. I ain't messing with you. Theseus, I ain't messing with you, dude.
That was hilarious.
You know what? Look, I'm out. Look, anyway, check it. Look, we have exercised the demons. We done. Zeus, you close the show. That's it. You're done. You close the show. With that said, on the line, we got Keith from Blurted. Say what's up.
What's up, y'all? Check me out at www.blurred. I'm so messed up. I got to get myself together. BLERD-ISH.com, blurs.com. Check out the episodes. Got a sale coming again next month. And of course, grab a book or two.
Yo, and of course, to the Rolex and Porsche spokesmodel, Clement Bryant. Say what's up.
Rolex? Really?
Yeah, it's a classy brand.
I mean, I'm classy too, but no, I'm just messing. Yo, I just like that comment just threw me off for the rest of the night. Like I was supposed to be clean after this joint, but at Clement Bryant, Twitter, Instagram, follow, give a shout. Peace. Thanks for joining, y'all.
Yo, NERD, SOUL, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We are out of here. Of course, hit a thumbs up if you like what you're seeing. Hit a thumbs down if you don't. But if you don't, I'm gonna send Ishmael after you, and he got them Alibaba swords, so you know he ain't playing no games. All right, you know what I'm saying? You don't want none of that. You know what I'm saying? And then Destiny.
He got those from Wish.
And then
he
Destiny
got them from Wish.com.
Destiny gonna be player hating from the sidelines on the cell phone, talking to Lady Eve. You know what I'm saying? So
Man, just let
anyway.
Tobias kill everybody. Let Tobias win. I don't care no more.
Yeah, let him just take care of it. So
you're wrong.
So anyway, guys, from us to you, thanks for watching. Big shout out to Jenna James, ZSB Lou, Vulcan, the original Black Nerd, Thomas D, Cooley High. I think that might be everybody. Kevin Jones was up in the spot. If I miss you, it ain't on purpose. We out. Peace.
Peace.
Oh man. Bussy virtual games, boy. We out. Peace. Oh man, that's crazy.
I'm the man, yes sir, that killed the bear barehanded so the people won't forget it. Getting money for I was legal to drink. I care what a broke nigga think.
Just like the Pack and Lewis.
Look, everything I do so cold. I can do this, both eyes closed. Too sharp, I stay on my toes. About that guap boy, anything goes. Help the bear if we outside. Help the bear if we outside. Still tipping, baby, nothing changed. I'm still grinding over here, yeah. Still sliding through my own lane. Shorty, nothing funny over here. Dallas rain everywhere around me. Dream to get money. Made it through the storm, living sunny. Dreams came true, now we eating. I got more dreams to chase, gotta reach them. Trying to put a team together like the Hunger Games. Everybody grinding cause we all came from hunger pains.